We want to thank you guys, man, for helping us get to 1 million subscribers.
Thank you.
We appreciate your love and support. Keep clicking that follow button and help us get to 5 million. YouTube, we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Welcome back to All the Smoke. We out here in Dallas for the Tyson Jake Paul fight. Compliments of Netflix. That inn looks good next to us, bro.
Yes, it does.
They've been treating us with nothing but love, too. We appreciate you guys. Man, today we got a legend, man. Jack made a call and struck gold. A pioneer in this music space. Me being a West Coast kid, very instrumental in my upbringing. Welcome to the show, D.O.C.
Hey.
Texas boy. Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, man, we appreciate your time. Jack, when did you first hear of D.O.C.? You were out this way.
Yeah, just being in the streets. I think I first heard the album through DJ Screw. Being in that area, he screwed.
R.I.P.
Huh? R.I.P. to the legend. A lot of our music was slowed down there, and a lot of the music that we learned, even from East Coast to West, we heard through DJ Screw because a lot of music wasn't played on our radio. So that's how we got hip to D.O.C. And then him being from Texas and having a relationship with Pimp C and Bun B, I got, just being in that circle, that's how we just, grew up listening to him and knew he was a legend coming from Texas.
Outside of that, I didn't look at you. Your fit is nice, bro. What is that?
Son, how you say, son?
All Mama Near.
All Mama Near.
So you got your
Team
son
Jordan,
dressing.
yeah.
Yeah, that shit is fly.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, I see you.
Yeah, that boy clean,
Shout out
ain't he?
Team Jordan. Shout out Team Jordan.
That boy clean.
Thank
So
you.
off camera, you obviously told us you have some stuff cooking, so we can expect, fingers crossed, you ain't got to tell us the whole thing, but some music coming from you soon?
Bro, I really don't want to. You know what? Anything is possible.
Okay, yeah, that's
possible.
there's a chance.
Yeah, bro. I'm in a full circle moment in my experience where I think I'm going to get opportunity to do a lot of stuff that might have passed me by the first time around. It's a G.O.D. thing. It's not a D.O.C. thing.
Right.
So he feel like I'm ready.
Yeah.
And shit, I feel like I'm ready too.
Hell yeah. Explain to us what you were talking about earlier about kind of how things are starting to revert back to you after a certain amount of time. You're starting to get, the credit for.
I was talking about the reversion rule in most contracts that was done back in those days. 35 years after the music is released, it reverts back to the original publisher. So that means all those things that I wrote for those boys and for myself that might have been moved out the way in a way are gonna find their way back starting this year.
So what does that mean though? You gotta think 35 years, you've seen a lot of people come and go in that time, and the fact that you're still here, and we're obviously gonna get into your journey, but the fact that you're sitting here 35 years later, finally gonna really be able to reap the benefits of all your hard work, what does that mean to you?
I was telling you about my boys, Legend and Diggy is my sons.
8 and 9 years old?
8, 9, and really, bro, it's about them.
Yeah.
And not just my boys, all those young boys out there. I got a lot to give. I had a hell of a testimony.
Right.
And it says that you can have anything you want in this world, but be careful what you ask for, because you might get the shit.
Right.
And if you're not prepared for it, then it'll destroy you.
Being from Texas and being a legend from Texas, explain to me how you ended up in the West Coast.
There was a DJ down there named Dr. Rock in the mid 80s. He came from LA. He was a part of the wrecking crew, world-class wrecking crew DJ set. In fact, Dre took his place when he moved here. And so when he got on the air down here, he broke a lot of their records down here.
Ah, okay.
And so to pay him back for doing that, Dre produced 4 songs for him and his little group called the Feeler Fresh Crew, which I was in.
Oh, shit.
And so I met
Y'all
Dre
wear feelers?
all the time. I mean, but I didn't know nothing about no damn feelers, man. I was from the West Dallas Project. I was broke as a joke.
Yeah.
But rock, that was his thing, But when Dre came down and he heard me busting, he was like, man, you the shit. if you was in California, I guarantee you, we'd be rich. At first, I turned him down. But about 6 months later, I dropped out of high school. And my mother said, "You're going to the Army." and I called Dre back. I said,
I'm on the way.
"Do that deal still stay?" He said, "Yeah, fly out of here." I was like, "I'm out there."
So like you said, you and Dre met each other, what, 16 years old? High school, you were still in high school. That's crazy.
Me being from South Texas, Dallas always is like more like California to us being in Texas. Like this, because the gang culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How different was the gang culture being from Dallas?
It was no gang culture when I left Dallas.
Yeah.
Like when I left Dallas, everybody wanted to be from New York. They was wearing leather and
Tim's.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I went to LA and made these records with these boys. And I came back the next year and everybody looked like Eazy.
You ain't lying.
He said with the drip curls too.
Everybody looked like Eazy with the sag and then the 501s with the hard crease.
Yes, sir.
Eazy was a staple
Yeah.
of what would be the next 35 years of music.
Real.
They're still trying to be Eazy to this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speak to him though, because I don't think he gets enough credit for just his creativity, his willingness to make the shit go. You always hear a lot of stories about just what kind of person he was. Speak to him and kind of his creative and his mind and how instrumental, obviously, all you guys coming together was.
Eazy was a real one. If it's a such thing as a real one,
Yeah.
he was that. You know what I mean? And I don't think he thought steps ahead in his music space. He just wanted it all right now. But he had that it. Wasn't the most talented dude in the world. Couldn't write worth a damn. Really couldn't rap worth a damn. But he had
that charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing about him that when he walked in, you didn't have to see him come in. You kind of just knew he was in there. And all the little girls, they loved him, and he had that voice. And it's hard to lose with Dre's production, bro. It's really impossible to lose with Dr. Dre making your sound. And this is before the world knew who Dre was. I knew who Dre was. And Dre used to listen. He don't do a lot of listening these days. but back then he took my advice really seriously. And if you listen to World Class Wrecking Crew, to the early NWA stuff, to my record, you can see him
influence
begin to stretch. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's been a stretch.
So by the time we
go away from him, he would start going away from your sound?
No, he started leaving NWA stuff, going into my stuff. You could see early G-Funk sound coming out.
Yeah.
So by the time he got to the Chronic, he was stretching his wings. And by the time he got to Doggy Style, he was just
out of this world.
Emotion,
yeah. Being from Texas, any Southern rap groups? Because I know you know a lot about the Southern rap scene in Texas. Any groups that inspired you when you was coming up rapping?
All of them, man. I'm a student of the game. But when I was coming up as a young man, all my competition was in New York.
Yeah.
You know, it was Rakim and Kool G rapping, Big Daddy Kane and Slick Rick and KRS-One. I was battling against those dudes. The guys down there in Dallas, they were my contemporaries, but they wasn't as good as me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was trying to get, really and truly with Rakim, I wanted to be better than that dude. If I could be better than him, then I'm good.
Being in Texas, you was the only rapper we even knew that was from Dallas for years. You know, and I didn't start hearing from rappers from Dallas until Yellow Beezies and stuff coming out. That's how long it's been.
There's a lot of them, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. Mo 3s and all that. Yeah.
But before Mo 3 and Trap Boy and Yellow Beezy and those guys.
Oh, what's the one guy from Dallas? He used to rap with Swisher House. He used to rap with the boys in Swisher House.
Ron C.
Yeah, Ron C.
It's a lot of boys from Texas. And Big Tuck and Tum Tum and Cottonmouth. And
I remember Big Tuck. Yeah, he had a big, so I remember Big Tuck too.
It's a lot of those boys. And, you know, it's before it got really just dirty, you know, got violent and what they call drill music. Before guys start really trying to live the records on on TV and film themselves being young assholes, you know, the music lost the love, the soul, and it started just being about
The bullshit.
Yeah.
you know. When I was a young man, they used to slow dance. They don't do that no more.
Not at all.
They make love
Don't even have
songs.
dances no more.
You know what I mean?
they don't
You go to a spot and you see a bunch of niggas, dog, excuse my language.
Oh, you good.
You see a bunch of niggas in the corner dancing with each other. You like, what the fuck is going on in here? What is that about? Now, look, now I couldn't dance worth a damn when I was young. So when they were slow dancing, I was scared of them, scared of the little girls. I'd be standing like Cool J in the corner with my Cool J
Can't go on, yeah.
But shit, they would slow down and you would hear Switch and Ready for the World. You don't hear nothing.
You gotta get your grind on. You have to dance. All you do is move side to side and stay close enough so you can get that hard on.
Stay in your box. Stay in your box. That's it. Stay in your box.
Explain the birth of the West Coast and how it came about, the West Coast style, the rap scene, how it came about in your mind.
When I got to the coast, they didn't want to let that shit happen. There was only AM radio. They didn't play rap on FM radio, mostly because the gang culture was influencing. And so I took it upon myself to write for those guys records that weren't as threatening. You know, stuff that's funny and clever. And when I first got to LA, you know, a few days after I got there, we all ended up in the studio. Everybody except Cube was there that day. And Dre pulled up the beat to We Want Eazy, which is a great radio record. And so he said, "You got anything for that, Doc?" And I twisted up something for Eric, and that was the thing that broke him through. You know, like you couldn't hold him back after that. After you seen Eazy in that video, you couldn't hold him back. That record sold multi-platinum with one single.
Wow.
You know, and it was that single. He only did one video, and he was out of there.
What was that process like? I mean, obviously we got to see it in the movie a little bit, but what was
the movie didn't show you writing for them as much as they showed Q writing for everybody.
I let them boys have their time.
But I had to say that because you know what I'm saying? It definitely showed Q writing for everybody.
I hear that all the time, bro. And they talking about giving NWA said they up for the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Ain't nobody gonna call me. You know, that's just how I go. Now Cube might.
Yeah.
Cube might reach out because he does that.
Yeah. I told my team the other day, like he always got you at the big 3 games, y'all always together.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Because he's a good man.
Yeah.
You know, but damn all the rap shit and the movie shit.
He's solid.
He's just a good man.
Yeah.
I always have been. Not to say that those other guys aren't.
Right.
But Cube, the way he was raised is like a southern dude.
Yep.
Strong family.
Last name Jackson. I get it. I get it. O'Shea.
it's in the name.
I respect all those men, but I got a lot of love for Cube just because on GP the kind of human being he is. You know. But what was the question?
The process of kind of teaching E how to rap.
Yeah, just I lay it, he take it and learn it. He come back to the studio, and it take him 3 or 4 days to do this shit. But at the end of the day, Dre have him in pocket. And man, look,
Magic.
After that.
Did Dre have to nudge him a lot from him being off beat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, a lot of people don't know that. I know a little bit about recording, but
and that's back in the days when it wasn't digital, it was analog.
Yeah. So you really had to know what you was doing.
But Dre is you know, and I know I am one who's speaking from, you know, because Dre is my guy.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's anybody else in hip-hop music that's ever been as good as he is doing what he does. And watching him 30, 35, almost 40 years is so easy for that dude. It seemed like he do the same little shit every time. And it come out the same dope-ass way. In fact, I just left LA. I had to go out there and get the release signed by my big brother for this documentary. Took me a couple of days, but I got it. And he was twisting up some stuff for Snoopy's record that comes out next month. I think it's on the 13th.
Yeah, Dog was telling us about that process.
Dre is in his bag right now.
Is he? Yeah, I love
that
it.
dude is.
Snoop let us hear some of that shit, and I can't wait till it hit the streets.
Dre is in his bag. Snoop sound great. Those guys are happy. They're in a good space. They showed me a 10-minute piece of content with the songs in it, in and out of the video, and it was really interesting. I don't want to, Dre he feel a kind of way if you talk about
too much, yeah.
So I don't want to get too much into it. But 25 is gonna be for that time in West Coast music. 25 is gonna be a good year.
Yeah, bringing it back.
We're going to hear some D.O.C. in 25.
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
This episode is sponsored by DraftKings Pick 6. Football fans, you want to make game day even better? My partners at DraftKings have a new way of playing daily fantasy with Pick 6. All new customers who play $5 will get $50 in Pick 6 credits. So download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now using my code SMOKE, only at DraftKings Pick 6. It's so simple to play. Choose at least 2 players and pick if they'll have more or less of a stat. For example, will your favorite wide receiver get more or less than 50 yards? Or will that streaky quarterback throw more or less than 0.5 interceptions? Lock them in and compete against others for a shot at huge cash prizes. So go download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now. Sign up using my code SMOKE, only at DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Between work, social media, and other choices life throws our way, there's no wonder people are increasingly worked up. But we don't have to let the noise ruin our chill. This holiday season, forgotten ingredients don't have to ruin dinner. Takeout and Coors Light are always a crowd pleaser. Get snowed in? That's a perfect excuse for a movie marathon with the cold Coors Light in hand. Coors Light is straight from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. It's mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light is a perfect complement to all of your holiday events. It doesn't matter if you're chilling with the family or at a holiday party. Coors Light Mountain Cold Refreshment has you covered. So when the mountains turn blue, you know your beer's as cold as the Rockies. And you know Coors Light is always cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother taste. So what's stopping you from being like us? So choose chill this holiday season and reach for a cold Coors Light. To get Coors Light delivered straight to your door, visit CoorsLight.com/smoke. Or you can get Coors Light pretty much anywhere beer is sold. Always celebrate responsibly. Need a break from the holiday madness? Restore your zen and embrace the natural power of hemp this holiday season with Via. This holiday season, unwind and recharge with Via. Via Premium THC and THC-free gummies will help you find your perfect holiday balance. Via is well renowned for their award-winning products. THC, THC-free gummies, vapes, THCA flower, soothing topicals, and calming drops. Via's products are all crafted with the highest quality of hemp. It's sourced from trusted and independently owned American farms. And the best part, Via legally ships to nearly all states directly to your door. The packaging is discreet for a worry-free guarantee. No medical card required. And right now, Via is having a huge holiday sale. For a limited time, you can save up to 25% site-wide and get up to 50% off selected items and bundles. So if you're 21 and up, check out our link in our description to Via's website. Whether I'm at home or on the road, Via Hemp is my go-to. The Cloud9 gummies are perfect for getting work done around the house. The Euphoria gummies are a perfect way to relax after a long day. So this holiday season, gift yourself a peace of mind. So if you're 21 and older, check out the link to Via in our description. For a limited time this holiday, Via is offering up to 25% off site-wide, plus up to 50% off bundles and selected items. If you're hearing this ad post-sale, you can still save up to 25% by using the code SMOKE. So this holiday season, enhance your everyday with Via.
Talk about the first time you crossed paths with these people. I'm gonna give you some names. Suge Knight.
Yeah, Suge came around in the early NWA times when I first got there and started producing. I imagine those guys already knew this guy. There was a musician that was in our clique named L.A. Dre. Him and Suge called themselves brothers. And Suge was like a brother to me. Take me to the clubs. Used to be a club in Hollywood on Santa Monica, Paradise, 24. And I'm 19 years old. I'm not supposed to be in there. But I'm with Suge. They let me in. You might see Prince over there and Eddie Murphy over there. And so I'm, shit, I went from West Dallas Projects to that. Come on, man, pass the liquor. But, you know, and Suge is very, you know, he was in my ear. None of this wouldn't be happening without you, and it's probably just, you know, blowing me up. But we developed a real cool relationship, man. And Suge didn't do it all right. In fact, he did a lot of shit that was not cool, but nothing ever happened to me.
Yeah.
And he's probably a big reason why, you know, I could walk around anywhere out there and nobody fuck with me.
Tupac
was a good dude, good younger guy. We was both alphas. And during that time, he thought he was the one. I thought I was the one. So you know how that worked. When we get in, everybody gonna talk some shit. Now, when that record that you were just playing came out, he wasn't doing no talking to me then.
Say nothing, yeah.
but when I had that accident, he had jokes all motherfucking day. And I didn't like that, you know, but him and Breed, God rest.
Yeah.
They was, you know, they was real close. And so between me and Breed and Scarface and Pimp C and Too Short, we spent a lot of time together in Atlanta in the late 90s. And Pac was a rider for Breed. And so I developed a lot of respect for him because he gave so much to my guy. But Pac was a supremely talented individual. I think even more talented of an actor than he was as a rapper. And he probably would have did so much, not just for the culture, but like a lot of the things that I'd like to do for these young men is really just picking up where Pac left off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, somebody gotta go talk to these boys and make these boys understand that ain't the way to go. If you go this way, I can show you. If it's about getting this paper, I can show you how to get the paper and show you how to keep it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And show you how to build with it instead of using it to build yourself up and them 6 or 7 niggas in your circle and damn everybody else in the community so you can fall off and give it right back to the man that gave it to you instead of using that money to build a bigger and better, brighter future for all of us. Because you're making the money, you got the power, you got the guns, and I'm not here to tell you how to get it. I'm here to tell you how to keep it.
Keep it and stay alive with it.
You said Suge was a big reason that nobody fucked with you when you was in L.A. When you first got there from Dallas, were you instantly accepted? Because I know they probably was looking like, who is this nigga come from Texas out here trying to?
Yeah, man. Another reason I took to that alcohol so tough is because I'm not a thug guy, right? It's not my MO.
Yeah.
But I'm a big enough man that you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether if I walk up on this nigga, he gonna knock me the fuck out. So a lot of motherfuckers left me alone. But that all will make you
that dark
bark loud.
Dark.
And nobody wanna fuck with you. So that was really me. It didn't matter who you was.
Right.
I'm talking shit to everybody.
Yeah.
But I stayed within that small circle, man.
Yeah.
We wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning, go to the studio, and we in that bitch to 10 o'clock at night.
Speak to the competitive nature. Obviously, us as athletes, it never left us. Speak to the competitive nature amongst you guys with Cube and everybody in there writing and rapping and how competitive it was at that time. In good spirit, but it got real. Speak to that competitiveness.
It is real. Rapping is a gladiator sport. You know, look at Kendrick and the guy Dre. These guys are fighting for blood now. But back in those days, between Cube, Ren, and myself, not so much Ren. I think Ren is just like a team guy. He don't give a fuck. But me and Cube, we was battling.
Yeah.
Ain't no question about it. I was trying to tear that ass up every chance I got. And I think he was too.
Yeah.
Cause he'd come in and spit his shit and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna take my shit back. I'm
Rewrite your shit.
make some changes. Cause Cube is so strong. And it's always that first line. If that first line is off the wall, then you know you in for you in for it.
Straight out of Compton.
Or fuck the police.
Yeah, yeah.
Or goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it out. Like that first line.
That's a crazy line.
Oh yeah.
That's a crazy first line.
But back in them days, man, it was love, because we knew we had something
Special.
and we was trying to bring out the best in each other.
Did you guys ever think at that time, because obviously coming from nothing, all you guys come from nothing, that the sound you made would resonate? Were you thinking about legacy or history at the time, or just thinking about being great in that moment?
Yeah, just that moment. We knew it was the shit. You know, we didn't know it was to the extent of what it was gonna be. And when I was making records with NWA, I wasn't even tripping off the NWA shit, if I'm being honest. I'm on the bench, I'm waiting for my, when it's my turn, watch me, let me show you boys how to do this shit. Back in those early days, you know, we was all in the studio together, but when it came time for the shit to come out, I had to stand where they standing, you know, and the other guys would be out here.
Was that hard?
It bothered me a
Yeah,
little
it had
bit.
to be, right?
And so that just gave me a really competitive drive. Okay, that's how y'all want to do it. Okay.
But speak to what that grunt, because I don't think people understand. You had to really pay your dues first. You put a lot of pen work in and a lot of instrumental in other people's shit to finally get your opportunity to, you know, to do your thing. But take that back too, then I want to ask him after that. But go
And
ahead.
coming from Dallas.
Right.
Truth told, that those guys had already started the boat, and you know, I was coming in last, so you gotta pay your dues. But like I said, I was coming in from Texas, and when I got that all in me, I didn't mind telling them niggas every day who was the one that I made it. Now we can do it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Right.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
But it was all love, and those boys are, you know, they'll be family. We got a legacy together.
Absolutely.
And I'm just thankful for it.
What do you think, first thing to come to mind when you see that picture right there?
Who the two dudes in the back with, next to Dre?
Layla and me. I'm not sure, but I think that might be the night somebody stole my necklace. Cause look at my face, I'm mad, the motherfucker.
You ain't got no chain on, huh?
You got no chain. You know what other chain?
Yeah, I think somebody snatched my shit off on stage, man. I had to learn a valuable lesson.
That's you in the back?
Yeah.
That don't look like you to me.
Right there.
That don't look like him, bro.
Oh, that's why you said who was them dudes?
Yeah, that don't even look like you back there. That don't even look like you. That's like
Mad.
That's like a dark-skinned dude.
That
Dre,
nigga's mad to the motherfucker. And Layla, rest in peace. And my guys. Easy, rest in peace. And Cube Nice, MC Ren, DJ Yeller, and the incomparable Dr. Dre, the Quincy Jones of my generation. R.I.P. Quincy.
Yeah, R.I.P. Quincy.
Jones.
You ever think about curling your shit up?
No,
That wasn't your thing, huh?
no,
You ain't grow your shit, you ain't never grew your hair out?
no.
Yeah.
And we in Texas, you know the shag is from here.
Yeah.
My shit would never grow that long.
Bring us inside a studio session with Dre, Quick, yourself, Q, Daz. Like, what was that like?
Fun. You know, what is it like going to practice on a great team?
And all you gotta do is play your role.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's it. It's fun and a motherfucker. You ain't got to do nothing but what you do. And if you do it well, y'all gonna win. Am I lying, Steady?
Nah,
Play
facts.
your role.
All facts.
You know what I mean?
Your soul.
I seen you somewhere you was talking about when they robbed you of the MVP trophy.
McDonald's game.
Yeah, I saw you. I empathize with that because the system is a motherfucker.
Ain't it,
They
man?
play the game,
Ain't it, man?
you know. But you did that. They can't take that.
Yeah, they can't take it from me.
Yeah, it's on tape.
Yeah. And Kobe said it. Kobe thought I got the MVP, so I really feel like I got it now.
Hey,
But Kobe said it. Talk about Daz, though. I'm like Daz. Daz is somebody who I'm a big fan of. And, you know, he had a big influence on Tupac as well.
Daz is-
With his music. Can you talk about Daz, how talented Daz is?
Daz is a real one. Easy, Suge, Snoopy, Daz. These is guys that are made from that culture.
Yeah.
and they represented 1,000%. Daz is just a good dude and a fantastic producer. When I first met the dog, he moved into my house with me out in Calabasas, and things started falling apart for me, and I started losing my stuff, your car and all the shit that you accumulate.
Shit.
I started throwing gold records away, you know, because I was just depressed and distraught. And I threw records away, and he would go get them out the trash, and he kept them motherfuckers. He still got them to this day. That's just because that's my guy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Anything I need, I can call him and ask for him. And Snoop and that whole Dog Pound thing, that whole Long Beach thing, those guys really took me in and cared for me.
Yeah.
When I couldn't care for myself.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out Daz. Corrupt, Snoop, the whole dog.
Yeah, man, those are my guys. I mean, Daz and Corrupt, Dog Pound for life.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna list some things off, and then I'm gonna ask you something in particular. Obviously, your early writing, Eazy's verse in Straight Outta Compton and Fuck the Police, co-wrote Eazy's parts in Gangsta Gangsta with MC Ren, wrote one of the classic NWA albums, obviously Straight Outta Compton, Eazy's part in We Want Eazy. When you're penning for different people, how do you embody them and kind of their spirit to still make it them through your mind?
Man, I'm a writer. That's what I do. And I'm not writing for them. I'm writing for me through them. You know what I mean? Because the shit gotta be dope. My job is to make them sound the best that they could sound at being them. Might not be the shit that I would say, may not be the subject matter, but if you sit around them and you pay attention to them long enough, you just take their mannerisms and the colloquialisms that they use, the little phrases and words, and try to make it your own, you know? And I took a lot of pride in being able to give to those guys. I took a lot of pride in being able to help Snoop find his voice, you know. And Snoop was a willing student.
Right.
You know, Snoopy really allowed me to live when I didn't have no reason to live. Because rap was really all I had. You know, when you took that shit, you took a lot. You know, but I was allowed to live through Dog. And he came in and just tore shit up. So his victory felt like my victory.
Yeah. He spoke to how instrumental you were in helping him craft his shit. You know, he was a big freestyler, and he was very, you know, vocal on giving you your credit on you helped him song craft. And can you explain that, you know, what that meant?
I seen that. He get on here and he started trying to talk like me. I'd say, but it was true. He'd say, he'd rap this whole long ass rap. And I'd be like, this shit is dope right here. Then you lose me right here. But see down here, this shit is dope. Let's put that out. Let's get this full. Put that motherfucker right there. Now rap them 8 lines. You see how now we gonna do this all the way. And he just rap up, you know, 1,000 bars. And we just pick out 16 good.
Oh, he didn't know how to write 16s?
I think he just rapped.
Yeah.
A
lot of people still don't know how to count bars. There's a lot of rappers that don't know how to count bars.
Snoop, you just turn that motherfucker on, man.
Go.
And he'll go.
1989. It's your time to shine. No one could do it better. #1 hip hop album in the country. Certified gold within 3 weeks. You know, everyone had their little piece on it, but it was finally your time. What did that mean to you? What did that feel like?
I was so motherfucking cocky at that time in my life, man. I probably was not the best human. I was probably talking shit to every single body. And then G.O.D. said, okay.
Put you back in.
But my thought process, even while, cause I'm a spiritual guy. You know, it's a G.O.D. thing with me, always has been. Even the album cover, no one could do a better album cover, is in front of a statue of Jesus. It says King of Kings, Lord of Lords on the deal. Now, in my mind's eye, when I saw that statue going from Eazy would take this street, going to the bank imagine that, going to the bank every time we went to Hollywood. I seen that statue. So I'm gonna take my album cover in front of that because it just struck me. In my mind's eye, this is gonna be the start of my testimony, you know, making people understand who's responsible. Because my whole journey started with a prayer here in Dallas when my mother said, "You going to the Army?" And I prayed, man. I got sat down next to the couch in my sister's house. I was living there at the time. And I prayed, I said, "God, this is what I want to do. Like, I'm good at this. If you let me do this, I promise you when I get there, I'm gonna tell everybody it was you, it wasn't me." And 18 months later, I'd sold 3 million records. And mine is finna come out. And so I took the picture in front of that statue thinking that was gonna be the beginning of my testimony. But then the kid starts wearing King of Kings, Lord on their rings and their hair and necklaces. So I guess my thought was pretty soon I started to think, shit, well, maybe I am the king. You know, and you got too high up on that horse. And G.O.D. will bring your ass back down to where you need to be.
One of our crew mentioned that, you know, he noticed that you never really, cuss too much.
Check the end, baby.
Yeah, right. Cuss too much during your speak to the thinking behind that.
At my core, I'm an East Coast MC in the tradition of those guys I mentioned to you earlier. And they didn't cuss like that. They didn't speak negative. All the shit that NWA did was not a part of hip hop in the era where I grew up trying to become that. And so I didn't do that. I wanted to be the best at that. You know what I mean? Just lyrics. But that ended up being helpful to me, spending time with the NWA guys, because the music still sounded rough and rugged. It just, the wordplay just
different.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings, 4 delicious flavors, an order of large fries for $16.99. Mango habanero, OG hot, and my favorite, lemon pepper. What are y'all waiting on? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now at wingstop.com. Fall is a perfect time for comfortable clothing. No one wants scratchy, stiff workwear while they're on the move. And if you're like me, you want to look good without thinking about it. That's why I partnered with Rhone. Rhone's commuter collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and versatile set of products I've seen. Rhone also has premium pieces to elevate every occasion. We're talking about the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos, and blazers, all boosted with functional performance properties. Each piece from Rhone's commuter collection is made to coordinate and layer to elevate every look. The collection also features a wrinkle release technology and is 100% washable. With the newborn, I can't spend much time picking out my outfits, but with Rhone and the commuter collection, it allows me to be ready with every situation. Building mental fitness is vital to everyone's success. That's why Rhone is proud to partner with the NBA and the Kevin Love Fund. Together, they are opening up discussions around mental health. Head to rhone.com/smoke and use promo code SMOKE and save yourself $20 with your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to rhone.com/smoke and use code SMOKE. It's time to embody your most confident self. If you ever worry about the safety of your home and your family, right now is the best time of the year for home security.
Right now, for our listeners, Simply Safe is giving exclusive early access to its Black Friday sale.
Y'all know we don't play about our families, and that's why we trust Simply Safe. They will protect your home and alert you before intruders even break in.
Old school systems only take action once someone is already inside your home.
That's too late.
That's too late.
Simply Safe Active Outdoor Guard Protection changes the game. They alert you before the crime even happens.
Plus, there's no long-term contracts, no cancellation fees, and it's around $1 a day for all this protection, bro.
Simply Safe is offering all the Smoke listeners an exclusive deal. Early access to their Black Friday sale.
This week only, you can take 6% off any new system with the Select Professional Monitoring Plan.
This is their best offer of the year.
Head to simplysafe.com/smoke to claim your discount and make sure your home is safe this season.
So don't wait. This offer won't last long. Keep your home, your family, and your peace of mind safe with Simply Safe. There's no safe like
Simply Safe. A few months after your album, you hit the album, you get into the accident. Can you walk us through that night?
That's a couple of days, over a weekend. Saturday and Sunday. The wreck happens November the 11th, 3:33 a.m.
It was just the anniversary.
Yeah.
So you want me to
35th anniversary, just the other day. I had been shooting two videos over that weekend. A video for a song called Beautiful But Deadly, and a video to a song called A Formula. And because it was so much work, I was falling asleep a lot. And somebody was around that offered me something that would help me stay awake. Probably a very old story. And I accepted that. And 24 hours later, that accident happened.
24 hours later?
24 hours later, I took the stuff. I went home, which was Dre's house at the time. And Dre said, nigga, you need to take your ass to sleep. I said, okay. And then he went to the store, but my insides was just racing. I couldn't go to sleep. So when he left, I left. And now I'm in LA in the streets all day, drinking and smoking and doing what those boys do. And by the time I finally said, oh, I want to go home and go to sleep, was 2 o'clock, almost 3 o'clock the next day. I still haven't been to sleep, so I'm on my way home, just didn't make it. But I gotta say this, kinfolk, everything in my life is purposeful, including that accident. Now, I had to go through a lot of bottles, a lot of drugs and depression, and to find my way back to who I am today. But it was 2020. I had been clean and sober for about 8 years. G.O.D. came to me, and I worked my way back up to a decent living I could provide for my boys, and anything a good man would want to do, I was doing. I didn't have what my contemporaries had. I didn't have certainly what Dre and Snoop them had, but I had peace of mind, And G.O.D. came and he said, you could let go of that pain.
Huge.
He said that you didn't do that. I did that. You weren't responsible for that. I was. And I did it for a purpose, and you're about to walk in that purpose. It was a couple months after that, I decided to do the documentary, and everything since then has been on a slow incline. And I think, like I said, 2025 is gonna be the year I step back out there on that ass. And by the time the world show up in DFW in 2026, I'm gonna be back on my throne.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because the World Cup is coming here in 26. So I'm gonna have my little old jingle bag ready to get that dollar from everybody to get off the plane. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
That's good business.
Would you say in a way that accident saved your life in the long run?
Absolutely. I was on a one-way ticket to some goddamn where, but wherever I was going, I didn't know. Like I said, I was out of my head. I thought I was the greatest rapper of all time. Can't tell me nothing. I got 6'3", 320-pound bodyguard basically with me. That's if I come in the club and slap you upside the head.
Good.
I can just do that and move out the way, and I did that a few times. It was bad for a while, bro. But G.O.D. got a way of putting you in your space and in your place. And like I said, all that stuff was purposeful so that I could understand and give back to these babies that's out there now that think that's the way. It's not the way, man.
Somebody said before your accident, the D.O.C., if he didn't have the accident, he would have been the best rapper alive, best rapper ever. How do you feel when you hear those words?
Well, I think they're right. And look, don't count me out. Because I still vote for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in order for, they had verses. In order for you to do a verses against me, you would have had to have made one record and then get your voice taken away from you. And then come back 35 years later and make another one. Now you can go head up with me. Other than that, you're fighting amongst yourselves. I don't want to say I'm above that as if I'm better than anybody, but I'm no longer in competition with you boys. I support all of you.
Confidence is not arrogance.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to believe in yourself, of course.
I believe in God and God believe in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have been gone.
Yeah. When your voice went away, did your pen pick up and get more potent?
My pen always been my pen. It ain't never lost nothing. It's still him today.
Yeah.
Because Cube say in his song, It's My Ego, it's a new record he got out. He said, I was Kendrick before Kendrick. Now, you talking about the subject matter, but them cadences, I was Kendrick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when Kendrick put out They Not Like Us, man, it took me 2 days to write some shit behind that energy that he made me feel. And I can't wait to record this shit.
Yeah.
And now that Dre is gone,
Come on now. Come on now.
Get it out. Don't do it.
I wanna backpedal a little bit though, because take me through how mentally tough it was for you to drop something that, God damn it, that is number one in the country, like number one album in the country, and then taking your voice away, and as you see your brothers continue to do their thing. So I also read one time that, obviously their wins were your wins, but how hard mentally was it that you couldn't do it?
man, I don't think it. Imagine, was it the second year Mike tore his...
Broke his ankle?
Was that the second year? Yeah. Imagine Michael Jordan tore his knee up and couldn't play no more. How do you think he would...
Might not be here.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where I was at.
God dang.
I was in a space where I didn't know what the fuck to do. And the only thing I had was giving it to those guys. That kept me alive. Snoop says it in the documentary. And he was right on point with that. Being big brother to Rage and RBX and Doggy and Daz and Corrupt and even G-Dub, that shit kept me alive.
Did you play a role in Dre going solo and leaving NWA?
Oh, yeah. None of that shit happens if I wasn't there.
Wow.
Number one, Dre never thought about making music. I had to talk him into it. I had to fight with him for months to even make the Chronic. He didn't want to do it. He didn't see himself as a solo artist. But my shit was fucked up, so you all we got. And so, come on with it.
Come on, nigga.
With respect to leaving Ruthless, I had found out, I had gotten paperwork from Ruthless and saw how they had been taking advantage of me. And I told Dre, if they doing me.
Gotta be.
You know what I mean? If they did Q.
Gotta be.
Ain't doing me.
No Vaseline.
You know what I mean? And so Dre looked into it, and to his credit, he went back to Eric and he tried to make it right, but Eric was sold on Jerry Heller. He didn't want to get rid of Jerry Heller. Dre wanted to go forward together, rework their stuff, and continue to make records, but Eazy didn't want to not move forward without Jerry Heller, so that precipitated that split. And Suge and I had already been working together with a guy named Dick Griffey trying to build something. So Dre just slid in, and Griffey went and got us a publishing deal, and we used that money to start building the Chronic record.
Take us inside that process. So you wrote Nothing But a G Thing.
So I helped Snoop write Nothing But a G Thing.
Lil Ghetto Boy.
Lil Ghetto Boy.
Lyrical Gangbang.
Lyrical Gangbang.
Bitches Ain't Shit.
Bitches Ain't Shit.
Nigga with a motherfucking gun.
Nigga with a motherfucking gun.
Man, that's one of the ones right there.
The day the niggas took over.
Lil Ghetto Boy. $20 sack pyramid. $20 sack pyramid, yeah. I'm in the money. Give me my weed. So I go to motherfucking swap meet.
I remember now, we was probably all high as hell, you know, but I just remember how fun that shit was. It was so fun. You get so caught up in that moment that, and it probably translates onto the tape, because we was having so much motherfucking fun. I was really in that moment, nigga. I won.
Yeah.
We won. Booty Lee, you know. Yeah, bro. It was just, you know, it was a time you could never forget. I'm so grateful and thankful to G.O.D. for allowing me to be me. And even with the path that I've had to walk, I wouldn't want to be none of them niggas. I want to be Doc.
Yeah.
Cause that nigga's the coldest.
Hey Doc, this is a personal question for me, because this probably one of my top 3 songs of all time. How did y'all feel? I mean, what vibe were y'all in when y'all made Lil Ghetto Boy?
We made that song as a, you remember the riots? That we did that song. We were doing that song during the riot.
Yeah, it had to be some pain or something going on for that song.
We went out and looted during the riot. Now, I told you I'm not a thug. I was like, I'm not going nowhere. Snoop was like, nigga, get your ass in this car. and so I went to, and it's the one day I was in California where none of that gang shit mattered. Didn't matter where you was at. Didn't matter what you had on. You know, and that one day was probably the most beautiful motherfucking day I've ever had in California.
Lil Ghetto Boy come out. That's crazy. That's one of them ones.
Yeah.
That's one of them ones.
No question.
Is it true that you didn't get paid for your death row writing?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm going to.
But it's all starting to come back. Yeah.
But I'm going to.
Yes, sir.
Because I'd probably spent it all by now. On some bullshit, wine, weed, and women.
Yeah.
But now I got 2 sons that mean more to me than any motherfucking record could ever mean. And being a great dad, it just means everything to me. Like those are things that I missed as a child.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna be that father for them.
Yeah. You've spoken a lot, and both of y'all were speaking off camera before this about obviously God's timing. He wasn't ready for all that shit at that time.
That's right.
And now that it's come back and you've grown and prioritized your life and cleaned your life up, now it's all coming back. You're a firm believer on that.
I've always been a spiritual person. I know God. And when he spoke to me, I know that I'm here for a purpose. I don't fear these niggas. I don't fear failure, because it's not even me doing it.
Right.
This conversation that you're having, you think you're having it with me.
Talk to him.
You're not. You know what I mean? And so, even my city, Dallas-Fort Worth, we as a city have never gotten we never had our. You know what I mean? And so G.O.D. made me that guy. And so that time is coming. I told you 2026, man. It's coming. Dallas is one app, and I'm going to lead this city, you know, and put everything I got into doing for this city and these young men that I did for those guys out there on the West Coast. And speaking of, there's a school that I'm busting my ass to build called the Dreams Experience Academy, right? I want to give these kids an opportunity to dream, the biggest dream you can dream. Let me help you find that experience. And let me help you find a lane to that as an occupation, if that's what you choose, or STEAM accredited courses, so that coming from your home school to this academy, you get these credits to go to college if that's what you choose to do. But I'm gonna show you where the money at. But to come to this thing, the first thing you gotta do is be at school. And the second thing you have to do is exist in this circle by 3 rules. That's no guns, no violence, no threats of violence. Because we building tomorrow, today. We're not waiting on nobody to come give us our shit no more. Because only we know. And we gonna build from the mud up, not waiting from the top down, because with all due respect to the GOAT, we can't wait for the LeBrons to feed those of us at the bottom. We gotta start feeding ourselves and allow these guys to catch up and put in on it. That means you boys that's out there making that money, we gotta figure out a different way for you to deal with it. The first thing we gotta do is quit all this killing. I want you to get your weaponry because you might need it, you know, but you're using it on the wrong source, you know. So it's just about us getting our shit together as a community and valuing our community the same way as others values theirs and start the process at home. And I'm a firm believer that G.O.D. put me in this space to talk that talk, you know, because I still a nigga with attitude, if you will, but my attitude changed a little bit.
I respect that so much because I can put a lot of that in my own life, you know what I'm saying? I was doing my NBA career, I did a lot of things I wasn't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I should have been a better basketball player, I should have made a lot of smart decisions, and I paid for it, you know what I'm saying? But where I'm at now, even with the George Floyd stuff, all the stuff that's happening with our company, I never expected to be here. You know what I'm saying? But my heart was right the whole time. When I was making mistakes, I did right by people. You know, I was loyal to a fault a whole bunch of times. And it's starting to come back. Everything I lost, it's starting to come back to me because I never felt like when it was bad, I had to, okay, I got to do something to get out. I just sat.
That's right.
I just sat there and let God figure it out for me. So I respect that so much because I've been through that in my own life. So I respect that.
Patience, bro. Patience is the key. And I'm sure it's a lot of young boys out there with that same mentality you got, but they stuck in that in a train that's moving already. Nobody's giving them an opportunity to get off. You can't just say stop and don't make no money. You got to show them where the money at. Like everybody else, they want to get paid. They want to be heard. They want to be acknowledged. You know, they think that when they get out there and do what they do to get that paper, then that's their way of being heard. That's their of satisfying themselves. But I can show you a better way. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about stop and don't make it. I'm talking about come over here, let me put you in the game, getting it. You know, not everybody's gonna take that bait, but I'm gonna get a whole lot more probably than I lose. And you know, that's my part.
Your role in Doggy Style and seeing that album take off.
Yeah, by the time we got to Doggy Style, I was, you know, I was just watching and being moral support. We had already went through all our lessons. And so he was out of there. You know, I reserve the right to say I don't like that, you know, and maybe he'll change it, maybe he won't, you know, but it was his turn. And that was my guy. I was so proud of him that, man, I was just happy to be standing next to him. When they did the Up in Smoke tour, they rode out in the lowrider. I got to ride in the back seat, you know. Well, now, when G-Thing came out, I was in the front seat. They moved me to the back seat, but I was in the car. You know what I mean? And so, man, I was just proud of my guys, bro. And still am, you know. I love those guys. I work for them same way they work for me. I have no expectations from anybody for anything. I've had to listen to folks talk negatively about my guys because they think they got I'm supposed to have. But that's not, I'm not any of those guys' son. You know, my path is my path. And G.O.D. got me walking my way for a purpose. And so even if those wanted to do something, and when you watch this movie, you'll see, like the one thing that you take away from this film is the niggas love that dude. Like they love this dude.
Fuck with him.
All of them. You know what I mean? And it's parts in the movie where Erykah and I are going back and forth, and that shit'll bring tears to your eyes, man. The way you can tell she love that nigga, man. You know, and he love her. Cause they got this beautiful little baby girl together. And that's what it's all about. In fact, Erykah and I our bond is so strong. When I was having my new kids, Erykah was the doula.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
She delivered my son.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was the first, the Diggy, the youngest one that talked so much shit, and it's probably because she was the first one to touch him. You know, and
Oh, that's dope, bro.
yeah, man.
That's dope.
Can you imagine?
That's dope,
All
bro.
the drama we had with exes.
Oh man, and that's
Olivia,
unbelievable, man.
Baby.
And I was talking to Puma. Puma and her mother are in Brazil right now. Erykah's doing something. And Puma called me and she said, my mom and I were just talking about you, talking about what a great example of a man you are.
Wow. That's
And see, bro, it don't get no better than that.
Don't get no. That's the
Damn,
best compliment
all
you
that-
can get from your kids.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Damn, all that material shit right here is where it count the most.
Right.
And when I'm not here anymore, they gonna know that.
Yeah.
obviously very big on God, and you've spoken to him throughout this interview. God put Erykah in your life at the right time.
No question.
Explain when that time was and how instrumental she was on helping you kind of find that light again.
It was 2000, around that time. And I was trying to find my way still, doing all of that bullshit. But I was trying. They asked me to speak at the deal called the Hip Hop Summit in LA. And I went and spoke, and Russell was like, wow, bro, you did that. I was like, I'd love for you to bring this to Dallas, we need this too. He was like, well, if you raise the money, I'll come. I raised the money, and he came. He brought Ron and Kimura and all these folks during that time, and he told Erykah to come to the summit. I hadn't seen her since we was kids. She was skinny as that.
So you've been knowing her?
Yeah, we've been knowing each other since we were 14, 15.
Okay, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, okay, yeah.
She was a rapper too back in the early days.
Yeah.
And she had her and a girl named Killer TJ, and me and the Feel It First crew, and everybody at the skating ring, and they rap cliques, And she was just a skinny little, I always had some pretty eyes though, but she was just a beanpole back then. But shit. By the time the Hip Hop Summit came, she had filtered all the way out.
Yeah.
And I seen her and I was like, damn.
You grown now.
Man. We connected and we started hanging out, driving around the city, just reminiscing on those times as kids. We had both kind of made it out the hood and developed a bond. And you know how things go.
Mm-hmm. She from DFW too? Yeah.
South Dallas.
South Dallas.
She from South Dallas, I'm from West
Yeah,
Dallas.
yeah.
And she did that thing. Put it on me.
Hey, y'all never did any music together?
No.
Never thought about it? Never talked about it?
See, I'm a smart man.
Yeah.
I know where to go and where not to go. And Erykah is what she says. She's sensitive about her art.
Her shit. I'm sensitive about my shit.
So leave her alone.
Yeah.
If she asks me, it's all good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I started trying to push Puma, who was so talented. But her and her mother, they...
Two peas in the pod.
Yeah, so I leave that alone.
Yeah.
I wait till they come ask. If they ask, I'm ready. But this documentary now, Warner wants a record. And so I'd like to put together a record like Dre did for the Compton movie that's inspired by. and then have everybody that was in the movie participate. So that would mean something from Puma and something from Erykah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could all do something together.
That'd be beautiful. And for the fans out there, don't worry. I already asked them to put the ask in for us. Hopefully we get Erykah on the show. Miss Badu, please.
Please.
Yeah, you got that.
Please.
He said please.
Were you there when Dre first heard of Eminem?
I wasn't there when he first heard him. Dre and I, you know, brothers, they love hard, they war hard. So when we get into it, we get into it.
Yeah.
And so it was during one of our breaks that he found him. But he started working on a 2001 record. He reached out to me and said, you know, I need your help. And it had been, you know, 3-4 years, so I was past my bullshit. And usually if Dre calls, I'm just gonna jump on the bird.
Yeah.
And I went out there and he said, I want you to hear something. He played a song called I Just Don't Give a Fuck. And I was like, wow, this motherfucker's off the chain. He reminds me of that early music we was making because his subject matter is so throwed off.
Thanks.
Jay was like, yeah, I think he's dope. I said, hell yeah, he's dope. You gotta fuck with this kid. He's like, look, well, let me show you a picture of him. And then he brought the picture in, little 8x10, and he looked more like, you know, an actor or some shit than a rapper. Who was this white boy, you know? He's like, that's him. I was like, wow, that motherfucker's off the chain.
Yeah.
I'm a purist in the form that I just like dope shit. I wouldn't give a fuck who you are. I wouldn't give a fuck if you was red, black, green, purple, or orange if you dope. And if you're not dope, I wouldn't give a fuck if you was red, rap, you know what I mean? But Eminem is one of the greats in this music. And you can't take that away from him.
What is it, how does it make you feel though that he really looked up to you a lot though?
Well, I was pretty good. You know, Howard looked up to me too. I take it as a blessing, you know, that God let me live long enough to understand I made an impact. Even to be, you know, on this platform with you guys today, man.
We thank you.
This shit means something to me. Like I said, it's a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Around.
It may not be a lot to others, but it means a lot to me. So when you called Stak, man, I was like, what? I went and got me a haircut this morning. That's probably why.
I got it fresh.
That's why I look like ZZ Top. My barber, he said, I'm gonna blow you out. It'll curl back up when I put some wide on it. But
It's gonna curl back up.
yeah, it'll get notarized.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I'm really appreciative to you boys. I highly respect you. Just because of the men you are, I follow in your path as fathers, you know, and I applaud you for being great black men in this culture.
Appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate it.
And Netflix.
Come on, man. Thank y'all.
Netflix. The movie be out in a minute now.
Package a deal.
I let my peoples.
Yes, sir. We gonna help you connect them dots.
Yeah, man.
Let me ask you this. When you heard Dre's verse on What's the Difference Between Me and You, what emotions did that take you through?
I don't think I had made my way through it yet.
Yeah.
So I was still just drunk.
He meant that though. When he said, I love you, Doc, you can hear it in Dre's voice. Like he meaning those words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, Eminem wrote that song.
Yeah, yeah.
But Dre delivered it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's true to life shit, man. I know Dre loved me.
Yeah.
I don't question that at all. He's a big brother, you know, and he gonna act like a big brother.
Damn right.
That means what I say in the movie is he watched me fall. He helped me get back up.
Yeah.
He watched me fall. He helped me get back up. You know?
That's what a brother's supposed to do.
That's right. And so whenever he called, I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? And I'm respectful of his position, of his cachet. But like I said, when I went up there and to get that signature, that release for this film, I don't take it lightly because this is virtually a billionaire signing his name on the dotted line. And anybody in our business know you don't take that lightly.
Right.
You know, because anything could be in that paperwork. Right. Now you owe this motherfucker this and he didn't know. You know, and so I got so much respect for both my brothers, for all of them out there. And my sister, and Jewels, my sister, rest in peace. We was a real family, and we made some music that'll be here a long time.
Change the world. Change the world with your music.
You have a relationship with Anderson .Paak?
Yeah.
Talk about it. He's so dope, man. He dope.
Just did a song with Corday.
It's cold.
That shit was cold.
It's cold.
They need to throw La Russell on that bitch.
It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
He's one of the great ones, bro.
Yeah.
I remember there's a guy named Adrian. He brought Anderson to the studio, and it was just apparent that he had that thing. He played a song, oddly enough, about being a pimp, and I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, he's way over here from that, but you could tell in his writing that he just had that it. And Dre is far from stupid.
He have fun with his music. Anderson .Paak have fun with his music, bro.
If you show Dre the shit, he will snatch it up quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Dre's been blessed.
Yeah.
With seconds. He started out with Cube, and then me, and then Snoopy, and then M, and then 50. Like he got blessed with
crazy, right?
Heavy hitters all the way through his ride. And so I'm just blessed to be on that list.
Is hip hop in a good place now?
I think it's evolving to a good place.
Back to a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on right now. I think a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world today is sort of precipitating that shit is dead.
Yeah.
You know, folks is getting in trouble and folks is worried about whether they're gonna be in. It's just time for some life. Enough of that death shit.
Yeah.
It's time for some life shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm on.
That's the bar right there. Enough of the death shit. It's time for some life.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
For real. Because you can say that you are speaking life into your children when you talk to them, but your children are no different than you were when you were a child.
Right.
You know, you didn't listen to what they said. You watched what they did, and you want to do what they did. You know, so you can tell me that you're on the TV doing all this wild shit, and then go home and tell your child some good shit. Your child is watching the wild shit and aspiring to do that. When Puma decided she wanted to allow a male suitor to come into her space, she made sure that she brought the young man around me to meet me. That was number one sign I did a good job.
Right.
So I took him to this restaurant called the Tower Club downtown. It's on the 41st floor. Got us a nice table by the window.
Told him, shit, I already know where this is going, boy. Keep playing.
And just told him to take a look down.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
Like,
Long
that's how far I had to fall to find myself. You don't want to fall that far. You know, so tread lightly. But to her credit, the young man was a lot like me. Humble guy. Got a squab, but would rather not. You know, and is good enough to my baby that he knows when to talk and when not to. You know what I mean? He handles her like I did her mother, or should I say, allows her to handle him the way I allowed Badu, you know, to handle me.
Yeah.
You know, had me being a vegan for 2 years.
I remember that.
You know, and then my grandmother said, "Nah, son,
Come back.
yeah, you gotta let
Come
that
back.
shit go.
Jack's on,
Some chicken or something."
Jack's on the way to come back and eating bacon, so.
No,
I
sir.
understand.
Never again. Never again in life.
What was the first thing you had after you was vegan?
Some shrimps. Scrimps. First thing I came back in.
Scrimps.
Hell yeah.
Fried scrimps.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
And my grandmother, God rest her soul, Miss Hattie Henderson.
What was grandma go-to dish?
Beans.
Which ones? Lima?
Red beans.
Red beans, okay. Did you eat
Red
limas?
beans. I would eat whatever she could.
Yeah, them good white beans.
Now that's how I knew Erykah, because folks were saying, man, that girl like you. I was like, nigga, girl don't like me. We have a thing. We in a thing. But I went out of town, and while I was going out of town, she went over to my grandmother's house. She made my grandmother famous in the projects. And my grandmother said, I like that girl. I knew then, okay, there's something else going on.
Grandma like her.
Yeah. Well, she went over to my grandmother's house. I didn't tell her to do that.
Yeah.
Why you going over to my grandmother's house? She was expressing herself
Yeah.
to me in a way that she knew I would understand.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's
Erykah's a cold chick. Broke a nigga down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You needed it though.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
it's G.O.D. thing, man.
Yeah.
And she's a very spiritual person. I needed that. And I quit drinking and doing all that other shit because of her. Because she gave me this little baby. And I was talking about Puma earlier. You know how a little girl do you, man. She loved me so motherfucking hard.
That's sick, bro. I know.
That I had to be like, well, shit, let me get my shit together around here.
Girls will do it to you, bro.
Quick hitters, first thing to come to mind, let us know. Top 5 lyricists, in your opinion.
It's a lot of them.
What's your list?
And I don't want to disrespect nobody. Rakim is a guy that I revere because he's the guy that kind of set me on the path that would make me me.
You have a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. KRS, Cool G, Slick
Rap.
Rick.
Heavy East Coast influence.
That's why I came up in. And I can stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
If I do it like that.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to say Cube, I'd have to say Snoop.
The other side.
I give Eminem a lot of credit for being one of the greatest. The guy from New Orleans, the young man.
Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of credit for being great. 3000. I give him a lot of credit for being great.
Give me 3 from Texas.
Pimp C. My guy, 6'2".
Scarface.
Is from Fort Worth.
6'2", yeah.
He never got a chance for his light to shine, but he's back at it. And of course, Mr. Scarface.
Of course, Mr. Scarface. For sure.
And I talk to Scarface all the time. I just talked to him not too long ago.
How's he doing? I know
He
he
doing-
has
you know,
some
he-
some-
Yeah, somebody said that
I
he
talked to
went through another thing.
He good though. I talked to him.
Yeah, they say he want to hear from you. So I called him. And then I called him and the nurse walked in the room and he said, I'm gonna call you back, nigga, never call me back. So I know he all right.
Yeah, I talked to him. He doing better. If you had to choose one album to play on repeat, what would it be?
The Chronic.
The Chronic. I ain't mad at you.
Cause you can't miss. Those was the days. But we in a different day now. We're in a different time. Even speaking to the boxing, it's a different time now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Bronny being in the league, it's a different time. My youngest son, when Bronny was coming on TV, it was must see.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's what we are. That's one of the reasons why I revere LeBron so much. That he paved that way and made that move for his seed, and got on the court with him and ball. If he'd have made that first 3, man, that would have been a moment.
It's over, bro.
I was so hurt.
Would have been over.
But I love these guys for being great and powerful men. That LeBron went back and did so much for his community. But there's so many of you cats out there doing that they never hear about that. They never tell you about what Westbrook did up there in Oklahoma. You don't hear about that. And so it is incumbent upon us to start being, blowing the whistle for us, because they're not gonna do it.
That's why we started this.
There you go. And I tell these boys in the hood, it is incumbent upon you to change this hood. You got the money.
Come on, man.
You didn't spend $500,000. If I stood 3 of you boys up, all 3 of you boys and spent $500,000 each on a bunch of gold and diamonds that clang, that when they see you in the street, they, number one, they want to take it from you.
Take your head off.
But you could have put that 1.5 together and got you
a house,
100 acres,
a house,
100 acres, right down this freeway.
Out the project.
Developed your own community.
Yeah.
You could have developed your own, because we are way past the time of Black Wall Street. Won't be any more of those. You know, we passed those times, because we going down with it now.
Yeah.
Because they hold them choppers now.
Yeah.
So,
it ain't gonna go how they think it's gonna go this time.
No. So
it ain't gonna go like that this time.
But you gotta begin to consolidate. You have to begin to think in those terms. Not that I anticipate anything, because it's a G-O-D thing, but it is written, the last will be first, first will be last.
Right.
Your time is coming, so you must prepare for it.
You've been around a lot of great people, dead and alive. You plus 5 at a dinner table, dead or alive.
Marvin, Yashua, Biggie, Dr. King, Brother Malcolm.
You got any Biggie stories?
No, I met Biggie once. Like, I was really mad at Biggie when he first came out, because I felt like he was taking my spot. This is after the wreck and everything. I still thought I was better than everybody, but when he came out, he was just so good. And I met him in Chicago. He was doing a show, and Puff was there, and Craig Mack was there. Him and Craig Mack was doing a show. And Puff came and said, Biggie'd like to meet you, man. Would you come up? And I went over there, and he asked me if he could take a picture with me. He was so fucking humble. I became an instant fan. It's hard to, you can't hate on a nigga that's just a good guy. You know, it wasn't his fault that I fucked up. And, you know, we could have battled for it. But he was killing the game, bro. Biggie's in my line, you know what I mean? He's one of them dudes that swing like I swing, and his wordplay was intricate like mine, and, you know, I just loved him. I was a Biggie guy more than a Pac guy, because I'm a guy that really gets into writing and the lyrics and the wordplay and how you spit it, you know? And I just thought he was just the greatest.
What's your guilty pleasure?
I don't have one anymore. My children.
Yeah.
I love
playing 2K with my son.
They be kicking your ass. Said the young one be talking too much shit
and
for
he
you.
talk way too much shit. Get up and beat on his chest. I be like, dog, you losing.
I'm trash.
Made a shot.
I'm trash in 2K. I don't even play 2K. What figure in hip hop would be a great boxer?
Well, bro, I ain't been around enough cats to know, but Dre got hands like a motherfucker, man.
Dre had hands?
What?
Yeah.
Man, and would throw them things at the drop of a dime. And matter of fact, like when I go to LA, I never go out. Never go places dangerous out there. If I go with Dre. Number one, he's gonna have plenty of security around. Number two, if they step at him, he gonna tear their ass up.
He got a good little, I think he's involved in this new steakhouse in the Valley called Boulevard.
Okay.
Shit is fire. You gotta check it out.
He's a hell of a businessman. Yeah.
If you could see one guest on our show, who would it be?
But
you have to help us get your answer on our show.
Well, you already asked me for Badu.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I'm gonna put that word in.
Thank you, appreciate it, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. When I think of one album, people with one album, and that is timeless, the only people I can think of are you and Lauryn Hill. With just one album that's just timeless. For all this time, still listen to it, still want to see y'all perform, still want to hear it. Like, I can only think of you and Lauryn Hill.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, man.
That Lauryn Hill album.
No question about it.
Miseducation?
Come on, bro.
Oh my
God was showing out. It's a lot of folks out there. Ice-T. When the wreck happened, 11/11, I was on tour with Ice-T and MC Light and Slick Rick and all these people. The tour started 11/17. So I never got a chance to go out on the road with that record. But Ice-T tells me a story that it was his job to go out on stage and tell folks that I wasn't coming because of the wreck. He said, man, you could hear the emotion. You could feel that shit when folks heard what had happened. And they still ride with me to this day, bro. Like they don't give a damn about the voice. They just want to hear it. But it's creating art comes from inside. Yep. And if you don't feel it, it's hard to get it out. But like I say, 2025 is gonna be a great year for West Coast hip hop.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We just want to thank you, man, for your time and what you've meant to the culture, what you've meant to us, and giving us another opportunity to get a chance to know you on a deeper level. And we firmly believe that all the great things are headed your way, man. So we're gonna be praying for you and only a phone call away, man.
One last question. I just thought of it.
Thank you, brother.
We had him on the show recently. Larry Johnson. You know him?
LJ. Hell yeah, Grandmama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all know each other well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to Skyline.
Yeah, he went to Skyline.
And he was our first big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fish.
And he's still,
Yeah.
Great dude.
We love him,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, we got a gift for you. First ever podcast coffee table book with all of our guests. Book number 2 will definitely have you in it.
Of course.
This is for you to take home.
That's dope, man. Thank you, man.
We appreciate
it.
Yeah, we're gonna get
all the smoke.
Yes, sir.
Even though I don't smoke.
No more. What's smoking up for you?
Yeah.
He does, so she can pull up and blow with us.
Snoop said, you'll be back.
You'll be back.
Thank you, brothers.
I love it.
Man, we appreciate you.
Appreciate you.